Good morning.
From Florida.
Headed to
Buffalo.
again. So this time we're driving a 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid. Hybrid's the key, right?
Yeah, well, we hope.
Well, we've been getting great mileage around town. We've been getting like
40
and 44 miles to a gallon just around town. Highway, we're probably going to get about 36, and then we're going to go through some mountains, so that'll change things too. All right.
So we're going to do the same thing we did for the Tesla and write all our mileage and stopping points and gas to see what this trip's going to cost with this car.
Right. We don't have any stops this time. In the Tesla, we
had destinations
along the way.
Like
we stopped in Rock Hill. We went to Buc-ee's. We
Yeah.
stopped in Rock Hill. We stopped in Charlotte.
yeah.
That's not happening this trip. This trip is 2 days straight driving, and we will be in Buffalo in 24 hours of driving time, give or take.
Right.
All right. So let's go. We're going to top off, right?
Yeah.
We're going to top off with some gas. We have a 498 mile range. And we are at 1,814 miles. This is a brand new vehicle. It's brand new. We've only had it about a month. So we'll see what we get. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Hello.
There we are.
We just got into Georgia.
It's just about 2 o'clock, so we've been on the road since basically 9:30.
Yeah. Quick pee stop.
Grabbed a couple sandwiches out of the cooler and a couple of drinks.
Training drivers.
Did not stop at Buc-ee's. Went right on by.
Yeah, never will.
Your favorite place.
No.
So we didn't need to stop. We have 289 miles range right now, and we have a couple hours to go. But I think we should get to the Costco that we're headed to in Pooler, Georgia, with about 100 miles range. I figured.
Yeah, we haven't stopped for gas since we left.
Right.
So.
And it looks like we've gone 287 miles so far. We're getting 34.4 miles to a gallon, which isn't bad, really.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It's windy, a little bit windy, and
We
we're
went
doing
through some rain here and there.
Yeah, and we're moving right along. We're doing about 78 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's bad for a brand new vehicle, but we just turned 2,100 miles on this trip, so that's not bad.
Yep.
And we have no idea where we're staying tonight. I just thought about that.
Yeah, that too. Okay. I was wondering about that, but
Well, we switched drivers when we did the bathroom break.
yeah.
And so now when we get gas at Costco,
We'll switch again.
we'll switch again, and then,
You can take care of finding us a room.
well, it's a little early if we're only in Georgia. It's going to be a little bit early because I'm thinking we're going to be quite a bit north of Charlotte, probably.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to get quite a ways north, so
Yep.
we'll see. We're making good time. I feel like we're making a really good time
Yeah, I think so.
because versus what we did with the Tesla, we had already stopped twice to charge.
Yep.
And this time, I think if we stopped for 10 whole minutes, that was a lot, don't you think?
10 or 15, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
it-
we got the sandwiches out.
Yeah.
Switch drivers. And, about
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't long. I gotta put the cruise on. What am I doing here?
All right.
There we
So
go.
we're going to end this.
And we will check in with you when we get up to Costco in Pooler, Georgia.
Yep.
Let's take a look at the dashboard and the computer screen while it's dark out, and it'll give you an idea what things look like, what we're dealing with. So down here is all your air conditioning controls. This is a home button for the screen that brings up your map. That's your media, which is your music options. Your air conditioning controls here. Auto hold, we're a little bumpy right now. Auto hold is a feature that when you step on the brake and you come to a stop at like a traffic light, you can take your foot off the brake and it just sits there and holds. And then there's driving modes, all kinds of stuff here. Individual settings for the air conditioning. And then let's look at the screen real quick. We're going to get off and exit up here in a second, so I want to kind of get through this quick. This map is our GPS, which is coming through our phone through CarPlay. And then over here, does that bother you? Huh?
Yeah.
You good? Okay. Oh, that light automatically came on when I started the video. Let me see if I can reach it this way. That is all our information. So you can see at the top our range, I think, is 368 miles yet. And then it tells how far we've gone this trip, how many hours we've been driving. Woo, bumpy. We are we're going around Columbia, South Carolina right now. And it's raining and the road is rough. But I just thought at night it would be a good way to show you everything. Oh, see the 2.0? When that goes to 0, we are using no gas. We are on battery when that drops down. Those are the RPMs right now. Oh, see, there it goes. There it goes. We are totally on electric right now. And the left-hand side is your speedometer. Bumpy. Sorry about that. Anyways, just kind of give you an idea of what the interior looks like. This is pretty high tech. There's a lot of things that we don't even know how to use yet. So just wanted to show that to you. We'll be back in a little while when we get to our next stop, which hopefully is a hotel. Okay, so it is 10 minutes after 8. We've been on the road 11 hours, but actually driving time 10 hours and 16 minutes. So for 45 minutes we spent time bathroom breaks and food, right? And gas. Okay. But we've only filled up once.
Yeah.
And that was way back in Georgia.
Yeah.
We are in Charlotte. So we've made really good time, because if we're here in 10 hours or even 11 hours, say,
And north of Charlotte.
and we're
Gonna be
north of Charlotte very soon, yeah. But my point is, we would have been here sooner, but we ran into some really crazy traffic in South Carolina, so it slowed us way down. It's raining out, so that's held us up. Just, all the fun things when you travel, right? If we hadn't had the rain and the traffic issues, we would have been here probably a half hour ago at least.
Oh,
Easily, yeah. But you know what? We've made great time. I think a lot of it is due to the fact that we only stopped for fuel once and just quick bathroom breaks. We stopped to get some food at a Burger King, and I think we were there maybe 25 minutes total. So I feel like we're doing good. I think we're making good time. We're going to be stopping north of Charlotte in Mooresville for the night, and then we'll take off again in the morning. So we will talk to you soon. Oh my God, there's that wave again. Like you're a beauty pageant queen.
Good night.
I can't get it to shut off. And it's still rolling. Good morning. Well, how was your night?
Good hotel. Nice hotel.
Yeah, Hilton Garden Inn.
Yep.
The Hampton that we wanted was $300 a night, I think, right?
Yeah.
So we opted for the Hilton Garden Inn, which was absolutely gorgeous, and it's part of the Hilton Hampton resorts or hotels, whatever you want to call them. So it was great. We stayed in Mooresville, North Carolina. We just couldn't make it to Beckley. That was a long way. We had good intentions, though.
Yeah. But we still made good time.
Oh, we did. We did great. So I think we've lost some audio from Pooler. that was our stop in Georgia, Pooler, and that was the Costco where we stopped to get gas. And when we did the recap, the video's there, but I'm not hearing the audio. So in case we've lost that, I'm going to do a recap. We stopped at 3:21. Gotta have exact times. Stopped at 3:21 in Georgia. We were down to 163 mile range. So we filled up and went to 531 mile range. It took us 5 minutes. It cost us $31.79, and that was 12 gallons of gas at $2.64. I don't think that's bad. I mean, I think we did pretty darn good. And that means that yesterday, that's all we did was $31.79 for the whole, all the way to Mooresville. Not bad at all. And when we compare it to what we did in the Tesla.
Speed check reported ahead on I-77 North.
Oh, she's letting you know there's a speed check ahead. When we did that, on the first day with the Tesla, we only went to Walterboro, South Carolina. So that was $40 right there, and then you have to add on about another $30 to get you to Charlotte. So we were talking about $70 in charging costs on the Tesla versus $31.79 in gas to go the same distance.
Yeah.
And with the Tesla, now we did add some stops that actually put us into a position where we had to stay 2 nights going north. But I just don't think we could have made it anyways, because the first day we charged for an hour and 45 minutes just to get to Walterboro. So
Yeah, the time of charging is the downfall.
yeah,
And you need a little bit more range on the electric car. You need 300 plus at 78 miles an hour, and you're just not getting that out of the electric cars yet. I mean, the Model S, the Model X, and I think the truck you can get out of it, but the Y and the Model 3, you're just not getting that range yet.
yep. So right
But
now,
I still love my Tesla.
I know. How do you feel about Buc-ee's again?
I don't feel like anything with Buc-ee's.
So right now, with the Santa Fe hybrid, we're doing really well.
Yeah.
Really well. And this car is really not broken in, because it's got, what, 2,500 miles on it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like we're doing really good. All right, so now let's talk about this morning. This morning we realized there was a Costco, once again, like one exit north of us, and it was right on our way. So we left the hotel, and within 6 minutes we were at Costco. We topped off there. We started this morning with 248 mile range. We didn't have to do that, but now that lets us go. We'll probably go all the way to Erie, Pennsylvania, before we have to put gas in.
Yeah, we'll check for prices though.
Yeah.
See if it's cheaper than Erie or anything north, then maybe we'll just top off again and go right into Lockport.
Yeah, and the other thing is, there's no way we are going to go from, say, Statesboro, North Carolina, to Erie, Pennsylvania without a bathroom and a lunch break.
Right.
So maybe when we do that, we will end up getting gas and then not stop again all the way into Lockport. We'll see. With Lockport, by the way, is, if you haven't been watching this, Lockport is just north of Buffalo, New York, and it's about 30 minutes east of Niagara Falls, New York. So we started out with 248 miles range. We filled up, which gave us 558 mile range. We're getting about 33 miles to the gallon because, you know, like yesterday we had wind, we had rain.
They still have signs up on 77 telling you can't use Highway 41 into Tennessee because of the devastation still.
40 westbound is not opened into Tennessee.
Right.
That's from Hurricane Helene. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to go back to our stop. We stopped for a total of 6 minutes, and quite honestly, it probably would have been more like 3 or 4 minutes, but Fred was washing the windshield. So that took us a little bit longer. $24.04 there. It was $2.77 a gallon, and we got 8.6 gallons of gas. So our total cost this trip so far is $55.83. And when you compare that to the Tesla, that was over $70 just for the same distance. And we're only going to stay in a hotel one night, and that trip we pretty much had to do 2 nights. So I think that the Santa Fe Hybrid is definitely the more cost-effective way to go.
Yep, for sure.
All right, we're going to keep driving along, and if anything fun happens, we'll hop on here and talk about it. If not, we'll probably see you at the next fuel stop. Oh my God.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
So, 4 o'clock in the afternoon on day 2, and we are in Pennsylvania, about 45 minutes from Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we've made some good time. We've been on the road 17 hours, and we've gone 1,037 miles, it looks like, right?
Yep, something like that.
And we're averaging 34 miles to a gallon.
Yep.
So this morning we filled up at a Costco in Mooresville, North Carolina, and that gave us a range of 558 miles. And then we got into Summersville, West Virginia, and we were kind of getting hungry and needed a bathroom break. I needed to change. I needed a wardrobe update because I had shorts on, and I needed to get jeans on because it was like 63 degrees and raining out. It was cold. So we stopped. It was about a half an hour or so stop. But we did get gas, and the gas fill up only took us 6 minutes. It was that quick. We spent, 6 minutes. Not even. About 5 minutes, 4 minutes. We spent $22.50, and the gas was $2.98 a gallon. And we got 7.5 gallons, which gave us a range of 576 miles, which will now take us into our destination in Lockport, New York, which is just north of Buffalo. So not bad. I mean, total cost right now, we're at like $77 to get to Buffalo,
Right.
from south of Tampa. So I think that's a pretty good deal
Yeah.
for a hybrid. What else do we have to talk about? I don't think too much. I think we're just riding along, right?
Yeah, went through some rain.
Yep, we
Had some
did.
bad weather, some fog.
Yeah, we saw a lot of fog in the mountains,
Yeah.
in West Virginia.
The sun finally came out, which isn't really bad when you're driving when it's cloudy. You
Yeah.
have to deal with the sun in your eyes. So.
Yeah, and one of the other things we talked about was, speaking of the mountains, was this car doesn't struggle to go through the mountains, but the RPMs do ramp up.
A little bit.
You don't have that in the Tesla.
No.
The Tesla just
Yeah, you don't even know you're going up a hill.
moves along. Yeah, right. You don't even know you're going through the mountains. It's just, very steady. Whereas in this vehicle, you feel it a little bit. It's not bad, but you do notice it. Well, I think that's about it, right, for now?
Yep.
I have a feeling the next update will be that we are arriving at our destination.
Or maybe when we get to the border of New York.
Oh, yeah, maybe when we get to the New York border, we'll celebrate or something. Although it's pretty uneventful. I think the last time we did this in July, we couldn't even figure out where the state line was.
Right,
We missed it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, until we talk again, give me your wave. Well, we're on the way home.
Are we?
In a roundabout way. I don't know where we're headed next, but
51 degrees, cloudy, rainy.
and we're leaving Buffalo. We're in the South Towns. Just went past the new stadium,
Yep.
the new Bills Stadium. So let's talk about the trip, the money, the gas, the whole thing. In the 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid.
Right.
Great ride. Lots of room, right?
Yeah.
Took us 21 hours to go from basically Parrish, Florida to Lockport, New York. Parrish is just south of Tampa, and Lockport is just north of Buffalo. So, kind of gives you an idea where we were. We averaged about 34 miles per gallon. We filled up as we left in Lakewood Ranch,
Yeah.
and we topped off. And then when we got to Lockport, we filled up so we were full again, because we were down. We had a 121 mile range when we got there. So we filled up again, and total gas cost was $122.85. And I don't think that's bad. When you look at what we did, I gotta look at my notes here, with, and the total time spent filling up was 15 to 20 minutes. And then we stopped a couple times for a quick bathroom break or to grab fast food. So we didn't...
Not a lot of time filling up.
Not a lot of time filling up. And not a lot of downtime, really. We were moving. So total, if we stopped for an hour total, I think, hour to hour and a half total, that would have been a lot. When we went in the Tesla, we charged for 6 hours and 21 minutes when we went northbound. And our total cost for charging was $168.75 versus $122.85 in the hybrid. So the hybrid really is the way to go.
Yep. Yep. If you're going to travel and you're going to want to save gas, this is the way to go. The hybrid.
Yep. The Tesla was comfortable, but one of the other things that happened with the Tesla was sometimes when you would get off to charge, you were going 10, 15 minutes out of your way and then turning around after you charged and doing that 10, 15 minutes back. So sometimes half an hour or more just driving to and from the charger. Right?
Yeah. The superchargers need to be more located on the highways than off these beaten paths. That's a lot of ways. Probably, I would say probably 2 hours out of that 6 was just, some of these deeper superchargers and coming back. I mean, if they were in, off, the main highways, like off the 90 or 77, where you get off, plug it in and get back on, I think it would save you a couple hours. But, it's not perfected yet. I mean, this is a young company. He's only into this for 10 years and he already has, infrastructure to charge cars throughout the whole country, where Ford Motor Company and General Motors and Chrysler have been in this business for over 100 years, and they're catching up with this guy. So I still like my Tesla.
Well, the other thing too that we realized in the first day of driving the Tesla on the road trip was that you kind of have to be proactive. So when you get off to charge, if you see some place to grab food, you need to get the food first, then go to the charger, and while you're sitting there, you can sit there and eat. I mean, it doesn't shorten your charging time, but at least you're not charging and then spending another 10, 15 minutes driving around looking for food.
And then trying
trying
park
to
somewhere to eat it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to just do that.
Yeah.
Where with this, you know, when you go to get gas, there's always food. In fact, two of the places we filled up on this trip with the Hyundai were Costco's.
Yes.
So not that there was food right there, but there was fast food very nearby. And then the third place was a Sheetz, and so there was food there and lots of options right in Somerville. I think it was Somerville, yeah, West Virginia, where we were. So the gas and the food were closer together. We didn't have that luxury when we
In
were
about 10 miles,
charging.
turn right onto Peters Road towards
All right.
Helicopter.
Well, we're headed south. We're not going to document anything going southbound because there's really not much to say.
Yeah, we're not taking the same route, so there's nothing to compare. And I don't think the gas mileage is going to change, so that's going to be 34, probably 35 miles to a gallon. And we don't know where we're going, so we can't compare times. So, yep.
We do know that we're going to be able to do a section of the Blue Ridge Parkway if we want to.
Yeah.
And we also could do the Outer Banks and go through the ferry system with the hybrid because we don't have to worry about charging. Those two routes were really not much of an option with us with the Tesla.
Especially the Blue Ridge Mountains, because they even said on some of them you almost have to go a half a mile off the Blue, or half an hour off the Blue Ridge Mountains, and then come back on, and then start heading south. And then if you needed charging again, you're doing that again. It's even like that for gas. There's no gas stations or hotels or that on the Blue Ridge Mountain. They're trying to keep it pristine, which I agree with. But with this, you could fill up before you get there, and basically, we fill up before we get there. We could probably drive almost all the way home.
It's yeah, we can't do the whole length of it, and that's not because of gas. We can't do the whole length of it because parts of North Carolina are still closed from Hurricane Helene and the flooding and the damage. So we will at some point have to get off it. But honestly, we could fill up at the beginning of the Blue Ridge Parkway and do the whole length of it without needing a gas station.
Right. Oh,
so
easily.
Because of the range this vehicle gets. So yeah, can't say enough good stuff about the Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. Great vehicle, great mileage, comfortable ride, just all around we're real happy with it.
I mean, we've been driving for almost a half an hour now, and we filled up way back in Lockport, and it's still telling me I got 545 mile range.
Yeah, the range is incredible on this. So, all right, well, I think that wraps it up. This was fun. It was a fun trip. It was fun to compare the two. I didn't think that the difference was going to be so obvious, but man,
Time-wise, it's obvious. The gas wasn't that bad. I mean, over to electricity, I mean, it was $40 difference, I think.
Yeah, about 40.
Yeah. So, I think if they perfect it a little bit more, that'll help out too. But
the time was.
Yeah, the time was the big thing. Yep. I mean, if you're trying to get from Tampa to Buffalo, it's almost another 6 hours added on your trip, which most people don't like to do.
I don't think that you could do it in 2 days.
Probably not.
Even if you didn't make the stops that we made on our Tesla trip,
Yeah.
because we did some stuff that we wanted to do.
Well, maybe if you were
along
30
the
or
road.
40 years old, maybe you could do it in 2 days because, you know, you just keep driving, you switch back and forth and just keep going, I guess. But
Well, and that's the other thing with the Tesla. I never drove any of that trip because we had the full self-driving.
yeah.
So the
So
Tesla
I didn't drive a lot of it either.
Yeah, that's true. The Tesla did a lot of it. And, you know, there's some good and bad points about the full self-driving. We can talk about that real quick. It's a great thing in most cases, but a lot of times on the interstate, when it needs to get off and exit or change, you know, do something, it waits till the last minute, and it's kind of risky.
Yeah, it gets a little touchy.
Yeah.
It should be moving you over like probably 2 miles out from your exit, and it waits to about a mile. And if you're on a 3-lane highway doing 70, you really get a little, you know, crazy.
Anxiety.
Yeah, yeah.
Are we going to make it? Are we going to get over in time to get
so
off?
you probably most of the time I was clicking it off, and working my way over and then putting it back on. But yeah, that's probably the only downfall I've seen in that whole self-driving, that he needs to program that in there at 2 miles or 1.5 miles out to move over into the right-hand lane and give you a little bit of cushion with traffic. But it'll get there.
Yep. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up, and thanks for watching if you've been watching us. And if you haven't checked out the Tesla one, that one is also available, and you can watch us. That's going to be a little longer video, but that takes you through every stop we did and showed you around, each charging location, what was there.
Yeah, if you're in an electric car, any electric car really, it's a good video to watch. It really gives you a lot of information on, charging, stopping, going. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time.
See ya.